Hey there. It's March 21st and time for Proverbs 21. Jump over there. Good stuff. Getting deep into it now, right? There's only 10 chapters left. A king's heart is like streams of water in the Lord's hand. He directs it wherever he chooses. I've never been a king. Okay, verse 2. All a man's ways seem right to him, but the Lord evaluates the motives. If you have ulterior motives, right? I'm helping out the poor so I can get famous on TikTok. That is not a motive. That's not the right motive for helping the poor. But a lot of people do it, and the poor appreciate it. But, I wouldn't want to be on YouTube if I was poor and destitute and had a broken spirit, and somebody's teasing me with a meal. Just one thing. Doing what is righteous and just is more acceptable to the Lord than sacrifice. Right. I always highlight the stuff that has the word righteous in it. Right? Sacrifice meaning giving, right? I'm going to do everything I want, and I'll put an extra $100 in the church offering. All right. Think about that. The lamp that guides the wicked, haughty eyes, and an arrogant heart is sin. Right? Yeah. Sin guides the wicked. 5. The plans of the diligent certainly lead to profit, but anyone who is reckless certainly becomes poor, right? Slow and steady wins the race, never giving up, right? Making a fortune through a lying tongue is a vanishing mist, a pursuit of death. A lot of people do this, okay? A lot of people do this. Breath blown away. Look at all the notes. Wow. Snare of death. Seeking death. What's it say over here? Gathering of treasures by a deceitful tongue is vanity, tossed to and fro of them that seek death. Right? Purposely cheat and steal, pursuing death. I mean, like that. The violence of the wicked sweeps them away because they refuse to act justly. Well, that's going on now, isn't it? A lot. And you could get into today's politics and how it's just so, you can't understand, with common sense what people are doing. Okay. It just makes no sense. Okay? But these people killed Jesus too, right? And Jesus never did anything but heal people and help people and feed people. Right? But there were some other people that were afraid of losing their positions, so they stirred up hatred and told lies, right? And got people, simple people. Talks a lot about simples and fools and lazy people in here. They stirred them up and got him to hate Jesus. Right? Not like what's going on today. Very similar, huh? All that from that verse, right? 8. A guilty man's conduct is crooked, but the behavior of the innocent is upright. Right? If you never tell a lie, you don't have to remember anything, right? And you can just carry on with your life. Okay. 9. Better to live on the corner of a roof than to share a house with a nagging wife. Solomon had this problem, right? And a wicked person desires evil. He has no consideration for his neighbor. Favor. Right. Some wicked people just like evil stuff, right? When a mocker is punished, the inexperienced become wiser. When one teaches a wise man, he acquires knowledge. Usually, now they have a method when the police go to break up these protests. They'll find the loudest, most boisterous ones, and they will make a spectacle out of them by taking them down on the ground and arresting them and hauling them away. And many others will go, I don't want that to happen to me, so I'm going to leave, right? And it works somewhat. The righteous one considers the house of the wicked. He brings the wicked to ruin. Considers the house of the wicked. Look, there's a note over here. Though the godly admonish them both by words and example of life, yet the wicked will not amend till God destroys them. Right. But God overthroweth the wicked for their evil. E, capital H. Okay? You try. Right? Consider, so it means you try and teach these people the right way. They won't listen, and then God will bring them down. Okay? Another righteous right there. The one who shuts his ears to the cry of the poor will himself also call out and not be answered. Right? If you help people, God remembers that. Okay, and if you ever end up in that situation, right? If you help people, God will remember that, and you will be taken care of. Okay. If not, you won't. It's that simple. Hey, 14. Ripped out of the headlines, right? A secret gift soothes anger, and a covert bribe fierce rage. Lots of money being passed around. 15. Justice executed is a joy to the righteous, but a terror to those who practice iniquity. A lot of people in the upper parts of government all over the world, not just here, that practice iniquity, right? And when they get their justice, people, right? Just because of joy to the righteous. 16. A man who strays from the way of wisdom will come to rest in the assembly of departed spirits. You got that? Don't stray from these words. 17. The one who loves pleasure will become a poor man. Whoever loves wine and oil will not get rich. A lot of people, they have to spend money as soon as they get it, right? I can have a better car, a faster car, a bigger house when the car you're driving is just fine. You don't need another car. It runs well. It gets you where you're going. No, but I want a better car. Okay? One who loves pleasure will become a poor man. We're going to highlight that. All right. The wicked are a ransom for the righteous, and the treacherous for the upright. In place of. Okay. And there's a note over here. Gotta remember this. All right. God shall cause that to fall on their own heads, which they intended against the just, by delivering the just and putting the wicked in their places. And the wicked is a ransom for the righteous. Right. God will put the wicked in the place of the righteous. Let's say righteous, so we will highlight that too. We'll read all these together. 19. Better to live in a wilderness than with a nagging, hot-tempered wife. Okay. More of Solomon's marital problems. Right? Notice he never says divorce. Okay. He never says divorce. He says separate yourself. 20, precious treasure and oil are in the dwelling of a wise person, but a foolish man consumes them. Right. Do you store up? Do you have stuff put away for a rainy day? Right. Everybody should have some stuff stored away. Enough to last you a couple of weeks or a month or something. It's just a good idea. Right? And people get just enough and they need everything they have, and then there's nothing in their house when calamity strikes. And all over here says when. It doesn't say if. It says when calamity strikes. Right? 21, the one who pursues righteousness and faithful love will find life, righteousness, and honor. Right? Pursue righteousness. Right? You should always pursue righteousness. Faithful love. That's God's love, okay? A wise person went up against a city of warriors and brought it down its secure fortresses. A wise person. There's a note over here, right? Wisdom overcomes strength and confidence in worldly things, right? Wisdom overcomes strength. Ain't that? Yeah. 23, the one who guards his mouth and tongue keeps himself out of trouble. There you go. I say this all the time. Keep your mouth shut. In most cases, it's smartest just to keep quiet. Okay? Just keep quiet. Keep yourself out of trouble. Proud and arrogant person named Makkah acts with excessive pride. Okay? God finds pride detestable. Among all other traits, he hates pride, arrogance, mocking, right? Conceited. Wise in your own eyes. He's looking down on people. A slacker's craving will kill him because his hands refuse to work. He is filled with craving all day long, but the righteous give and don't hold back. That lazy person, a slacker, his craving will kill him because his hands refuse to work. There are a lot of those. A lot of people fall into that category, right? We need to think about. 27, the sacrifice of a wicked person is detestable. How much more so when he brings it with ulterior motives, right? With a wicked mind. So God doesn't like it when you give money out of guilt, or if you're wicked and will give them money to, a lot of philanthropists who have a lot of money will do stuff like this. They'll give to an organization or something to make them look good, right? They have ulterior motives, okay? Let's get them out of trouble, okay? And they're not good people. They're wicked people. Okay? Not all, a lot, but a lot of them are. Okay? A true philanthropist that wants to help people, he's not on the news, okay? They're not on the news. They're not making waves. They're not saying, look at me, okay? They do it in secret. 28, a lying witness will perish, but the one who listens will speak successfully. Listen, right? Keep your mouth shut and listen most times. Quick to listen is slow to speak, James said. 29, a wicked man puts on a bold face, but the upright man considers his way. But the just he will direct his way. 30, no wisdom, no understanding, and no counsel will prevail against the Lord. That there is no wisdom, understanding, or counsel that prevails against the Lord. Okay, if somebody's speaking against the Lord, they are very wise and, right? There is none of that, okay? 31, a horse is prepared for the day of battle, but victory comes from the Lord. Right? All good things come from the Lord. There you go. That's Proverbs 21. Let's bring all these righteous ones together just because it's fun. Doing what is righteous and just is more acceptable to the Lord than sacrifice. Right? Than giving. Just giving money, but doing whatever you want. Doing what is right is more acceptable than that. Yeah? The righteous one considers the house of the wicked. He brings the wicked to ruin. Considers means teaching. Okay, it says it better over here. The righteous teacheth the house of the wicked, but God overthroweth the wicked for their evil. You're considering, or you're trying, okay? I'm trying to point you in the right direction, but you're wicked and you won't do it. God will bring you down. Yeah? Justice executed is a joy to the righteous. Right? You have joy when some of these people that have been doing wrong for so many years are now getting exposed. Yeah? Mm-hmm. The wicked are a ransom for the righteous, and the treacherous for the upright. Right? If you're a righteous person, God will put the wicked in your place, and you won't pay that. Right? The one who pursues righteousness and faithful love will find righteousness and honor. Right? You get honor from being humble. Okay? Pursue righteousness. It's a good thing. Okay, that's all the righteous ones in here. See the other ones? All a man's ways seem right to him, but the Lord evaluates the motives, right? Like we were saying before, if you're going out to help the poor and you have a camera, that's all the reward you'll ever get, okay? And that's the wrong motive, okay? You're going out there and you'll watch them on social media, and it's very moving to see somebody who, they will put some groceries down and then run away, and that person, you see them find these groceries, and they lift their hands to heaven and praise, and it's a very moving thing to watch. But what's the motive, okay? Is it to make yourself famous on social media? That's the wrong motive. Mm-hmm. They started putting billboards out. If you're going to help the poor, leave the camera at home. Right? Better that God knows what you did. 6 is highlighted. Making a fortune through a lying tongue is a vanishing mist and a pursuit of death. All right. Never sticks around. Right? If you lie, cheat, and steal, right, it always goes away, and it's a pursuit of death. Okay? Always. Okay, 17 is highlighted. The one who loves pleasure will become a poor man. Whoever loves wine and oil will not get rich. Some of the richest people in the world, right now, the richest person in the world has a very small house, lives in a little 2-bedroom house, and simple lifestyle. And he'll probably stay rich because he's not out blowing it on, yachts and all that stupid stuff. Yeah. And Warren Buffett, we all know who he is, billionaire stock expert, okay? He lives in the same house he bought 35 or 40 years ago, right? Paid like $30,000 for it and still lives in that same house. One of the richest people in the world. Right? Most very rich people don't show it off, okay? Because you won't get rich that way. And rich can mean different things. Rich means being satisfied, okay? Doesn't mean having more money than you can spend. It means being satisfied with what you have, okay? I've seen some poor people that aren't very rich because they're thankful and satisfied with everything they have. I have a nice little home. I have a lawn, right? I love my dog, and just, they're rich. Okay? 23, the one who guards his mouth and tongue keeps himself out of trouble. Okay? Good advice. Guard your mouth, guard your tongue, keep it shut. Listen, right? An important one. No wisdom, no understanding, and no counsel will prevail against the Lord. Okay? Stand your ground. Follow the Lord. Right? Speak up when somebody puts him down. Right? Nothing can stand against, will prevail against the Lord. Good stuff. So there you go. That's Proverbs 21. And I know tomorrow, and for the next 3 or 4 chapters, I think, are important chapters, because it will. Because it's 30 things that we actually have to memorize, okay? Things you have to memorize, keep on your lips at all times, and that's 22 through 25, I believe, and we will start that tomorrow. Stay tuned later today. We just started the Gospel of Luke yesterday and are through the New Testament in 1 year. And we'll finish chapter 1 today, and then chapter 2 gets to the birth in the manger in Bethlehem and all that stuff. But stay tuned for that. Give us a like if you think about it. But tomorrow we'll do it again. See ya.